Hey everybody, this is John Muller with the JP Muller Group, and today we're going to talk about just-in-time dependencies. And what I mean by that is we have a day that we want to hit, like a party, and we want to have a few tasks that lead up to that day, and we want the tasks to be dependent upon the day that the party is going to take place, as opposed to scheduling the tasks, scheduling their durations, and finding out what the possible party day is. So we have a fixed end date in mind. I have to work backwards then. We do this with the Workday International function. I'm going to show you how to do that. Here we're going to have a very simple party plan. There's 3 steps. We're going to send invitations, we're going to receive replies, and then we're going to have the party day. And we start by entering the party day. In this case, we enter 4/18/18, or April 18th, 2018. And we put a 0 in there, so it will indicate a milestone. And you can see the milestone symbol here in the Gantt chart. The next thing we're going to do is go to the last step leading up to the party, and that's receive replies from the invitations. Now, this is a duration of 2 weeks, this task. What I have to do is I have to put a calculation in the start column. And this is the calculation. The function is workday.international, and it has 4 arguments or parameters. The first one is what the starting date is for the calculation. And the starting date really is the beginning of the next task. So you can see when I highlight it, when I highlight the function, it highlights the cell that I'm dependent on, because I chose, in this case, 010. I need to end before this one starts. Okay. The next argument I have to put is the amount of time or days that we want to add to 010 to get the date that we're trying to calculate. Now in this case, we want that date to be prior to 010. So we're going to put a negative in there, a minus. Okay, so if I wanted to go 1 day back, I'd put -1. If I wanted to go 2 days back, I'd put -2. It's always a function of days. So I'm going to put minus first, and then I'm going to put work days per week, because if you recall, I'm going to jump out of here for a second, we put 2 weeks. So I need to back up 2 weeks. We have a field in the spreadsheet called work days per week. It's on it's on the actual preferences tab, and it's going to grab that number and multiply it by 2, because there's 5 days in a week right now. That's my preferences are set up to. Multiplies it by 2, so the result would be -10, or 2 weeks. Okay, so it's going to be 010 minus 10 days. Now, we also have to make sure that we don't count weekends or days that are non-working as well as holidays, and those are the next 2 arguments. We put comma weekends, comma holiday calendar, and the range for the holiday calendar. And when we do that, it will back up and tell me when I have to start in order to make the party day. So let's review this. 010, the first argument, is the day I'm trying to hit, right? The day before it, actually. The next argument is the number of days I want to back up from that day, and it has to be a negative number, hence the negative here at the beginning. The next argument is weekends, meaning don't count the weekends. And the fourth argument is also the holiday calendar, or don't count holidays. And when I hit enter, you're going to see that I start on 4/4, I end at 4/17, and therefore my party could be on 4/18. Okay, let's say I actually wanted this to end on the same day as a party. All I would do is up here I would -1 after doing that multiplication, and it would actually, +1. +1, and it would have it end right on the same day as the party. So if we went to the Gantt chart, we'd see that it would end on the same day. I'm going to go back and just leave that at 2 weeks, and then the next day we have our party. Okay. Now, I want to do the same thing for my send invitations. I want my send invitations to start, start 4 days before the replies are received. So again, I'm going to use a Workday International function. I'm going to make it dependent on the next line down, or 09, right? So if I highlight this or select that, you could see that it highlights 09. I'm going to put a -4 because it's just days now. I don't have to multiply it by work days per week, etc. -4, comma weekends, comma holiday calendar, and now it'll back that up 4 days. So you'll see, in order to hit 418, I need to send my invitations starting on 329, and then I could do my receiving of replies on 4/4, and I'll hit my 418 date. And that's it. I guess the last thing I would say, you can see that this dependency column, which tells you what the dependencies are, gets kind of long because that function's big. If you just start putting percent completes, it will kind of hide that. So let's say I have 0%, I could do that, or 10. You could start to see the spark lines filling out, or 25. Anyhow, that's how you do it. Shoot me a note if you have any more questions, and thank you for joining.